Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Shenanigans. Sorry about the long break. The party is gathered forth. You have your people. You are ready to set out. Is there anything else you need?
Yes.
What do you need?
Is there a bookstore?
There's a library, and they will sell
That's
very
better. That's
old
free.
books that don't that aren't being used anymore.
Well, you know, as long as I can check something out.
You can check out anything you want.
Doesn't
Robbie.
make it back to them. What is the library going to do, really?
They'll charge you a late fee.
Probably
And-
hire one of us to go find the late fee guy.
And
Easy
you
mission.
will-
Let's do that mission.
You will have the sinking sensation and the guilt that hangs over your head for your whole life that you are abusing a public system designed to help teach people things for your own gain, and that you are a leech on society. It's really more like psychological damage you'll sustain over centuries, years, if you fail to return your books back into the library.
Is that psionic damage?
Don't they just at worst, don't they just charge you to replace the book?
Yeah, but like charging you to replace a book when it has to be handwritten by a monk and it takes like a year to do is actually an expensive thing. If that book can even be replaced, that might be the only copy, and then there would be no copy from which to make a new copy. So like losing a book in this time is 1,000 times worse.
They paid for it, right?
Yeah, but a lot of the books that find their way to these libraries are donors, gifts, you know? Books are a rare commodity. They all have to be written by hand on paper. There's no printing presses. It's a huge pain in the ass. And even like if you get a book, you'll find in the margins. Go ahead.
The book that I want to get, I think they might want to get rid of it.
What book do you want from the library?
Well, I'll run down to the library. I'll use move silently to creep my way up to the desk and looking around at people, giving them scowls and shushes as I go up. And I say, I would like to check out the story of the strapping orc and the 12 naive pilgrims.
The story of the strapping orc and the 12 naive pilgrims?
Yes, you probably don't have that on the regular shelves.
No, that's in our adult fiction section.
Is it adult fiction? Because I thought it was a true story.
I don't know if it is, but
on a letter written to somebody living in a penthouse.
who do you think it was written to?
I don't know. I just know it starts out with, I never thought this would happen to me, but anyway, I'd like to check it out.
Of course, certainly. Come this way, says the librarian, and she'll take you
that's
over.
The line from the story.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Get ready to act stuff out, Neal.
But she takes you over.
You just said.
Think what was the exact word you said, Neal?
I have no idea. She takes you over to the section of the library and points to a book. Says you can check it out. But if you don't return it, there'll be a late fee. 1 gold per day. You can have it for 1 week.
Sounds good. What if something bad happens to the book? What's the replacement fee?
She lowers her glasses at you.
I'm just
Books are irreplaceable. In fact, I don't know if I feel comfortable lending this to you anymore. And she reaches for the book.
I could have acted. No, take backsies.
You bring it back intact, you hear? That one happens to be very popular with the housewife class of people. Is that it?
I will bring it back just as sure as my name is Susan.
Thank you, Susan. Okay. You have your book from the library.
All right.
Everyone else is gathering near the front of the bar. Someone goes and talks to Jackson the stable boy. He will assign you the cart and oxen. Anything else we need to do before we set out on our grand adventure?
I was getting some paint.
You can get some paint. How much paint do you want?
Enough to paint the amount of barrels we're going to get.
Enough
Oh.
to sniff.
Okay. Yeah, you can get a couple cans of paint for a couple gold.
All right.
What were you going to say, Lord Wilmore?
I would like a horse, if it's possible to borrow one.
You can't borrow, but you can buy.
How much?
75 gold. 75 gold for a riding horse.
That sounds about right.
That's what it says in economics.
I'll get one for 70, if that's okay.
What?
I mean, I don't know.
Well, if there's a used horse dealership down the street, you might try to get a cheap one there.
No. All right, I'll buy one for full price then. If it's
We should go to
75.
Manning's Mares. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
let's get a
anniversary
Manning's Mares.
episode.
Yeah.
Wait, do we have money?
I have
Yeah,
money.
you never
Asking the real
rolled your
questions.
money.
Yeah, when you create your character, you're going to roll for money.
I do think we forgot to roll for your money. Roll me 1d4 and multiply it by 10, and that's how much cash you start with.
Yeah.
So riding horse is 75 gold.
All right.
So I have $10.
You have 10 gold. Gold is worth about $100.
So I have $1,000.
Yeah.
I'm broke. This is like
yeah,
my
you're a little
corona.
broke.
My corona stimulus and nothing else.
Yeah, exactly. So you guys head down to Manning's Mares, the used horse dealership, and you are met by Fred Manning himself. Welcome to Manning's Mares. What can I get you, Lord Wilmore? Don't worry, I know your name. Of course I know your name. I make it a point to know all the people worth knowing in town. What can I get you? You want a mare?
So do you have? Yeah. If
I can get
one.
you one of the greatest mares that you've ever seen. Fast, but calm, steady, but, full of life and joy. This creature will get you from point A to point B, no problem, on the smoothest ride if you can handle her.
Are we all here at the horse dealership?
I assume
Yes.
so.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
that's
And
one.
there's just one guy with the horses?
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't
Okay.
try to steal
Well,
the
he's
horse.
got some stable hands
Don't-
around, but
it's
Manning,
death penalty if you steal a horse.
Fred Manning is the guy that'll,
We can be smart about
deal
this.
with
We
you.
can be smart about this. Okay. So how many horses do we need, hypothetically?
0.
None?
Well, I want one.
How many horses does he have here?
Manning's Mares has dozens of horses.
Is there any witnesses around?
Yeah, there's stable hands and there's people in the area. You're certainly not alone with a horse dealer.
Aren't we with the sheriff next to us?
Where's the sheriff? Old wise
This
old
is
man.
amazing. Everybody said that Dead End East Westerton
Excuse me?
Sausageville didn't have a mare, but here's so many.
Well, I see what you did there. That was pretty funny. Did anyone actually want a horse, or are you just here to make jokes? Because I'm a man of business, and I'm here to do business, and I got some
Lord
fantastic
Wilmore wants a
mares.
horse. Lord,
All right, how much for a
friend of
horse?
Chet, I respect your
75
business
gold.
here.
All right, I'll take it.
Hand over the money, and I'll hand you a horse. Well, I'll hand you the
Sure.
reins to a horse.
All right.
Do you want
Wait,
the
wait,
extended
wait.
insurance policy? The extended warranty on the horse, in case she throws a shoe or something, you can come back and we'll reshoe her for free. Or if maybe her bridle gets a little problem, you can work with it. Sometimes horses get indigestion. We'll take care of that. Extended warranty
you have
coverage.
underbody protection for the horse.
We do have Under Armour for the horse, but it's a little pricey. I don't know if it's within your ability to afford.
What is your return policy on the horse?
All sales are final.
What's the horse's mileage?
Well, how could you ever really know that? But she's a spry young thing. Mm-hmm.
Is
ponies
she
fit
talking
for a
about
horse.
how many miles per gallon of hay or something? She gets?
Miles per hay bale.
Yeah.
Did you want the fine horse or not?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Of course you do, because you're Lord Wilmore, a man with exquisite taste who knows a nice horse when he sees one. Let me introduce you to Jenny. And don't say nay when you see her, because you're gonna fall in love with this one.
Okay.
And
Willing
he,
that to
perfect.
Jenny to say.
yeah, he takes you to this sweet old horse. You know, she's just like nibbling some hay. She looks up at you, seems pretty chill about it. He comes over, starts stroking her mane, says, "This one here, Jenny. Oh man, she's a good one. You know, I've actually been saving her for a worthy person. A lot of people come through here looking to buy a horse, but I thought a mare like her should go to someone with taste and refinement who knows how to treat an equine."
Pepe von Silva comes in. Excuse me, do you have the horse facts report on this fine animal?
Oh, you can't listen to horse facts. You know who runs horse facts? A bunch of
so you-
kobolds.
you-
It's a bunch of
So
crap.
you do not have horse facts. So,
Oh, of course not.
this
It's a
is-
conspiracy theory.
Okay, then this is worth less than horse of similar age and models from other dealership. I mean, you want premium horse price for a horse with no
Whoa,
horse
whoa,
facts.
whoa. Have you been listening to that kobold propaganda? Horse facts, please, please.
I
don't
not
believe
know
in
to
any
tell
such
you.
thing.
Show me the horse facts, okay? You
Look,
do not
buddy.
have. You make better price.
Oh.
Make better price. Make offering.
I'm
want
trying to
gold
tell
today?
you. I'm trying to tell you that you've been scammed, buddy. You know, it's like saying you need a licensed realtor when you're buying property. You don't need a licensed realtor. That's actually just some spiffy title that a private company has made for themselves. It has zero meaning in the real world. You just need a real estate agent. You don't need a licensed realtor. Okay?
I'm
Similarly,
looking at
horse
this
facts is a bunch of
right
bullshit.
now.
You might
I'm
be
looking at
talking
this
over his head. He doesn't really understand real estate.
I'm looking at this horse right now, and I also notice that the horse identification number is not present on the side. There is no
Of course,
brand.
the HIN isn't on the
This
side.
is,
You know.
This is crime. This is crime. You tried to sell me stolen horse. Stolen horse
What?
with no horse facts. And you want
Hey.
premium horse price.
Hey.
Make deal, and I take this bad horse off of your hands.
Jenny is a great horse, all right? She
Well,
has served many people faithfully and lovingly for a long time, and she'll get you point A, point B better than you need to be gotten there, all right? Where's your horse identification number, huh?
I am not horse dealer. A private person does not have to comply with the crown's rules on horse
No, but you
identification.
got the face
number.
of a horse.
Oh, you make joke, huh? Perhaps we go to other competitor of horse dealer.
Fine.
Okay, you're not in business of selling horse? Oh, I guess you just make money having sex with horse or something then. Is this true?
Hey now.
Oh, you get all frisky, call me man of horse, but I say you have sex with horse, this is problem, yes?
Well, how much are you offering? You know, you want to
You
take one of these
initially
guys for a
offered-
ride.
Oh, so you are in ultimate this business. Okay, good to know, good to know. Listen, this is very sexy horse, I will give you that, but 75 gold is too much, okay? 65 gold, we take it, we go. No HIN number, no horse facts, you know this is deal. Just take it and we go on our way.
Glad he's buying a horse for us, mates.
Lord Wilmore, does this guy speak for you?
Hell yeah, he does. I'll give him a nice slip.
Look,
But
I want Jenny
before
to
we
go
do
to a
that,
good
hold
home.
on, hold on,
I'll give
hold
you
on.
70.
65, and I want a test drive.
Oh.
You know this is good deal. No, who else buy horse with no HIN, no horse facts, questionable sexual history? You know this is deal.
Whoa, questionable. There's no question about the sexual history here.
Just
I
say
don't care
yes.
about your history with
Just
it, mate.
say yes before we ask more questions
No
and realize
horse
that this
shaming.
thing is
Hey,
pregnant.
no horse
Okay.
shaming.
It's okay, mate. This man can't get her pregnant.
All right. Because I want Jenny to go to a good home where she'll be well treated like a mare of her quality needs, I'll let it go to you and only you, Lord Wilmore, for 65 gold.
All right, you have a deal.
Good. He puts out his
I
hand.
give you 65 gold, and I throw 10 gold to Pepe.
The Pepe only
glares.
required a friendship. No gold needed. You keep
That's
your
fine.
gold, man. No. Pepe does this for good of party. And
All
perhaps
right,
you give
okay.
favor later on. You have life debt to Pepe now. Do not forget.
Things worse than me.
Life
Like,
debt worth more than 10 gold.
Yeah. Okay, you can add Jenny to your character sheet. She is a horse, and she will get you from point A to point B smooth and steady.
What's the quality
Very-
of the horse, Neal?
What, you've never been ripped off by Manning's mares before? It's a full horse, 100% horse meat on this guy.
Full horse.
Well, I have a test drive, so I tested, see if it's as good as it says.
She gives you a nice, smooth, even walk.
Take it
One
up
to the other.
to get that thing on the highway, the dirt highway. Let's see what this puppy can do.
I wonder how many horsepower it has.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet it has 1 horsepower. Let's go.
Hopefully.
You know, he was right about the whole licensed real estate agent thing, though. Totally made a term like medical doctor or PhD.
I know, right?
Just those terms that don't mean anything at all. I mean, what's a anyway, or a
Okay, so how is Force on highway? Good speeds? Any rattling in suspension? Good on turns, corners, good brakes, good hoofs?
She walks
Need
the
any
best of them.
excellence.
Yeah,
Oh.
perfect.
Need to run too, okay? And hurry. Pepe will be on this horse.
Do you have a horseback riding proficiency?
I was
Lord
gonna
Wilmore?
say.
Yes, I have horseback.
Pepe will tie rope and be dragged by horse. Not
Give
so
me
difficult.
a horseback riding proficiency check here. Let's see what you can do with this baby.
Wait, me or Pepe?
You,
Oh, I think Pepe
you,
should
Lord
too, no?
Wilmore.
Okay.
Yeah, you're driving it. Riding? You don't drive a horse. You drive oxen, but you ride horses. Ooh, an 18 on your horseback riding check. She is surprisingly not responsive. You try to get her to gallop, and she just keeps walking.
Where do you go to do this, by the way? I used to have like a character sheet and I could click stuff, but I don't see that under my bio and info. It's just empty.
Oh,
It would be under character sheet, not bio and info.
yeah, it's on character sheet. You can't see character sheet?
Yeah, I have my character sheet up.
No, next to body info, there's a tab that says character sheet.
Yeah. I'm on that now.
You
Then
see
skills is
nothing
where
on the
horse
character
riding
sheet
would
tab?
be.
No, on the bio and info is completely blank.
Yeah,
Blank.
go to the
Character
right.
sheet is
Go to
what-
the next tab over.
Okay.
Did you not see
Okay.
next tab over?
No, I do. I got that now. Okay. I remember the last game I played with Moon, there was like this whole thing, and you would click to roll for certain things. I guess that's not on this one.
Right. So this is going to be a slightly different style of character sheet. Anything that is in purple, you can click, and it will roll for you. So if you
Okay,
want to roll
gotcha.
like a willpower check, you just click on the purple will, and it'll
Yeah.
do
All
its
right,
thing. Yeah. Okay. So you got a little trouble getting the horse up to full speed. She seems a little resistant to your what do you call it? Signals.
So, do you at any point tell us there's going to be orcs on the road?
And
well, first I need to go. I guess when we're going to get the wagon.
my
Oh,
God,
can
never
wait.
leaving the town.
Pepe is very interested if there's any. Do they have like disposable temporary spells anywhere? Like you would have temporary vape, one use and it's gone. Is any place
no.
for
Okay, scroll.
scroll.
Yeah.
You need
okay,
to be
scrolls.
ninth level to make those scrolls. Yeah.
I do not want to make. I just want to use.
Yeah,
No, you'd have to
they're
buy them from
insanely
someone.
expensive.
Yeah, the prices
These
would be in the
expensive
thousands of
scrolls?
gold. Yeah.
Oh well, shit.
Yeah, how much
Yeah.
gold do you have
Okay.
again?
The price is set
Well,
to.
let's not count Pepe's money, okay? You focus on your money, Pepe focus on his money, okay?
I have a potion of resistance to fire with a question mark.
Oh wow.
So,
yeah, that sounds
I
pretty
have
good.
something.
I
Can you
mean,
roll for
theoretically,
it?
that could describe water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. That's true. It does have a
You just
question
dump it
mark,
on
so-
yourself.
That's true. Okay. I think we have our cart, we have our horse, we have our oxen. I think we're finally ready to set out.
Yeah,
Well,
I got my paint.
Oh, unless we got another thing.
Like I say, I stand in the yard as the ox is being hooked up to the cart, and I say, Aristotle, my queen, your servant has returned. I have fought the dog Thea for you.
All right, give me your world's greatest charisma check as you call the cat to see if it comes. All 20 is being a little slow today, though.
It's rolling.
Yeah, it'll take a
Resistance.
minute to roll.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, your kitty is nowhere to be found. It hasn't heard you yet. Maybe you can try again tomorrow while you're on the road. Maybe the cat's just not in this part of the area, you know?
True. Aristotle does like to travel.
Okay, are you all ready to go? Or is there anything else you need to
Mhm.
do in town?
I don't remember. Is there a poisoner place in town? Sells like poisonous potions.
Well,
You'll have to talk to someone. You can find a shady figure in Shenanigans to probably sell you something, but there's not like a come and get your poisons
Yeah.
store.
Do we need?
I'm
do we need
kind of
Poisons
food and
was
water?
closed
to be honest,
down
but yeah.
a long time ago.
How many days away is this
think
place?
there is.
2.
I think it's called Arby's.
So do we need food and water, or can we just like stop at Arby's on the way?
Well, there was an inn halfway between the two places. I don't know if it's still there or not.
Yeah, there's a tavern along the way that you can stop and get food and water at.
So I think I
Okay.
should probably, if I can, pick up some poison. Not lethal poison, just maybe crippling poison.
Yeah, Arby's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
want to go and buy some poison from one of the sketchy dudes in the bar.
Totally. I probably know them really well, to be fair.
Okay. Well, what is the sketchiest name I can think of? You find Skylar hanging out in the
Hi,
tavern.
Chip Schuyler.
Hey man, what do you need?
Hi, mate. I'm looking for a little bit of a juice to maybe disable a person or two, maybe an orc or two, maybe 6, you know.
Which one is it?
Hi, what, do you want to speak plainly? Not quite like your style, but if you would like, I'm looking for some poison that could disable a few orcs, maybe if I mix them in a few beers or something.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be quite strong to be able to spread out over multiple drinks, ideally. Oh, you have the super expensive poisons, don't you?
I got
Yeah,
a
he's got a
whole
custom poison
list of
system.
poisons.
True.
They're beautiful.
Okay.
I love them.
Yeah.
So I'm saying I don't
So
need
useful.
to kill because you would take off my feet for that.
What?
Wait, no, I'm not a halfling.
What?
What?
No one's stealing your feet.
No, I'm not
Stay
a halfling.
right where they are.
Do we have any halflings in the party?
No.
Okay.
Is that your get rich quick plan? Is just like find
If
a
there was
halfling,
halflings
recruit
in
them
the
to the
party.
party, chop their feet off?
You know what? That's a great plan. Might have been what I was
Alright.
thinking.
So you wanted paralytic poisons? Something to
Um,
stop them, not kill them, right?
Yeah, killing would probably be too expensive. I'm thinking disable them in some way would be all that's really necessary in this case.
And do you need something fast acting or slow acting? Ingested, injected, or contact? Well, how do you need your poison?
I'm thinking ingested could be
Ingested?
could be fine enough. Ideally, something strong to survive in beer.
Oh, most of these will.
I
Okay.
Ingested,
Ingested
not ridiculously
paralytic
fast-acting.
poison. Well, the best thing for that, of course, is hemlock. I can get
What's the
you
bad remedy?
some nice finely chopped hemlock. It'll steep in tea real well, make it a little bit bitter flavored, but you mix it with a beer, especially like a dark beer, like an IPA, and you won't even notice it.
Aye, sounds perfect to me. How much
Cool,
is it?
500
Aristotle, I object to hemlock.
5 gold per dosage.
5 gold per dose. Okay, and it'll be 1 dose per beer, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So I'll get.
Just so you know, there's a possibility that this might outright kill anyone who drinks it.
Oh, that's fine.
Wait, when you say 5 gold per beer, does that mean a normal drinking glass of beer? I believe that a big ass fucking barrel, that's going to be a lot of doses to have full potency, right? It's not just
Yeah.
6 beers if we have 6 orcs. You have to get 1 dose per the whole thing of the barrel. Just trying to make sure this guy spends all of his money here.
Of course we got my
One
money.
beer, one
I don't think
dosage,
you're
if
here.
consumed by one person, will take effect. But if spread out between multiple people, will have a much weaker effects. So you want 1 dose of hemlock? Mark?
No, I'll probably get like 5 doses, I would say. 5 doses.
All
sounds
right, 25 gold.
Okay, done.
Add 5 doses hemlock to your character sheet. It can come in a series of folded bits of papyrus to keep the plant together. You don't actually want to be touching this or handling it. And he tells you not to let it get wet before you use it. Otherwise, you'll just seep out all the good hemlock.
Trust me, I'm avoiding the hell out of water.
Okay. Anybody else got anything else they want to do?
I want to get on with the mission.
Yeah.
I do too, but I just need to go and down to the docks and buy the biggest fish I can find.
And can we hand wave getting a bunch of mugs and shit?
Yeah, you can get some mugs. You can go down to the docks. You can get some fish if you need them.
Okay. I'm good then.
All right, let's roll out. All right, who's driving? Who's in the cart? Who's walking?
I'll walk.
I can walk. But anyone
I'll be in
got
the cart.
driving ability?
I think that I do. Let's look.
You have animal driving, horseback.
I want to say that I do.
Riding land, is it, or? What's it?
I have horseback riding. Nah.
A lot
I
of
don't
these
think that's
things
animal
are
handling.
fairly close. You can get horseback riding. You can sort of lead an oxen well enough. You got animal handling. You can lead an oxen well enough. I think there's a specific, like, animal driving ability that would help in very
I think it's just
unique
animal
specific
handling.
situations. It might just be animal handling. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
You
Animal
know
handling
what?
is good then.
I don't know how to handle animals, but I do have 3 leftover non-proficiency points from leveling up. So I kind of feel like I could figure this out.
I bet you could.
I've only got 1 character point left.
Okay, the party is finally ready to set forth from Berkshire to head north along the road to get to Kershwick, to pick up the beer, to bring it back before the bar runs out of food and Desmond is embarrassed and sort of left without many customers.
Oh, whatever. Desmond will live.
How is he going to
There's
make
no
ends meet?
stakes here. There's no stakes here.
Horse? Yeah, horse steak? All right, off we go on our adventure. Now, it sounds like some of you are walking beside the cart, some of you are in the cart, and one of you is riding on a lovely old horse.
I guess I'm driving it.
All right, cool.
You are driving the carriage. Okay.
You know, this looks really hard, but I feel like proficient with this.
Yes,
Ooh,
interesting.
On my first try.
Proficiency acquired right away, huh?
Yeah,
Lovely how that happens. Okay.
amazing.
Okay. So, 6 of you, your ox, your horse, your paint, your cart, all sets off, headed northward along the road. The first day is fairly uneventful. You do end up at a little tavern about halfway between Berkshire and Kershwick. It looks like it has been recently rebuilt. You can see the ashes of a former palisade wall around this building that have been sort of swept aside, but they're still like little charred stumps. But the brand new tavern is reopening. It's called the Halfway Home. And you can stop here for the night with food and water and rest, and we won't worry about it. Won't worry about the prices. Is there anything anyone wants to do at the Halfway Home in the middle of the woods, the only building for miles and miles? Could be any enemies here. Could be friends. Could just be
Why don't
a
we
stop on
ask
the road.
about orcish activities on the road?
Yeah. That's a good thing to ask about. You walk into the common room. There's like 8 orcs here. Like in the tavern. There's a human woman behind the bar polishing an old dirty glass. There's a young boy sweeping up some debris on the floor. There's a little girl, maybe 9 or 10 years old, trying to start a fire in the hearth because it's getting on towards evening and she let the fire go out. You can see through a window, there's a young man out back chopping some wood. You can hear the sounds upstairs of amorous couples engaging in, marital acts. It's, this sort of place out in the wilderness. The bartender behind the bar smiles at you as you come in. 6 rooms, I take it? Or 1 room for 6 people?
I'll take a room. On my own.
1 room for 6 people, of course.
Just me. I'm just getting mine.
1 room for 1 person. You're not with
Yeah.
these 5.
How much are the rooms?
2 silver a night. Cheapest price in all of Drekis.
I am sure fearless leader.
That's so
got that
good.
right.
You know what? I'm going to take 6 rooms for 1 person.
Well, we only have 12 rooms, so if we run out, I might have to take one of them from you. But in the meantime, you're welcome to all 6.
Yeah,
That'll
well,
be-
Anyway, I just get my room.
12 gold, please.
Excellent.
12 silver,
at
please.
That price, it doesn't make sense not to get that many.
I
So
won't
there's-
argue with your logic.
So there's 6 rooms left.
No,
Okay.
there's only 3 rooms left because that guy took one, and the orcs have a room.
All right, I'll take 3. So
Okay, that'll be 6 silver from you, and 2 from you, and 12 from you. And I'm sorry for the 4 remaining. There's no rooms left for the 3 of you.
Actually,
that's
there
life,
are
man.
a couple at 3 silver each.
She deadpans you. I will take your rooms if you try and sell them to other people. And I'll put snakes in your bed.
But if you take my rooms, then you have to give me back the money, and then you're just going to charge the same amount to them. I don't see how this inconveniences you at all. You have the same amount of money either way.
She narrows her eyes at you. We don't do black market hoarding and then selling, okay? What sort of person are you, huh? That would buy all the resources and then jack up the price to sell them to people in need? Do you have no soul?
I said, I don't know what you're talking about. I take out some Purell and start cleaning my hands.
That's it. She hands you your 12 silver back. You can sleep outside tonight. You're not welcome here.
Well, that was entertaining. I think you're talking about some orcs, though.
Yeah, let's go talk orcs. I speak orcish. Anyone else speak orcish?
I do.
How many orcs?
Well,
are
you're not
staying
allowed
here?
inside.
Lovely, lovely tavern person. How many orcs are staying?
Oh, I think. Do I speak Orcish? I think I do.
You can speak a lot of languages. I think we said you speak Orcish, right? I don't remember making your character. Let's see. Basic, Common, Dracissian, Orc. Yes, you speak Orc.
Okay. Good.
So
I
who all
speak
is
it as
talking to
well.
Orcs?
I was asking the tavern lady how many orcs are here and such, since she's renting to them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Orcs sharing 2 rooms.
You let orcs.
Oh, wrong voice.
Oh, hey, lady, what are you doing over here?
You let orcs stay here?
As
Those
long as
vile
they
creatures.
keep the peace and pay the silver, of course. And
What if
these 8 orcs
you-
have been nothing but ladies and gentlemen to me.
What if you kick them out and we pay you gold?
What?
Hey, why would you want to kick him out in the first place, mate?
That's rude.
Don't feel comfortable kicking orcs out of my establishment.
You don't feel
for
comfortable
no
kicking
sum?
people out of your establishment?
I don't feel comfortable kicking orcs out of my establishment for being orcs.
I don't
I
feel
do feel comfortable-
staying with orcs.
I do feel comfortable kicking ninnies out of my establishment for being a ninny. That's right. You heard me
Say,
call
how
you that.
dare you? None of these orcs are ninnies. I can feel it.
So the way that spells work
I
is like
speak
what?
in Orcish.
Do
Or is it
spells
orc?
recharge every time you sleep, or what?
You
Yeah.
sleep and then you spend 10 minutes to relearn each spell that you would like to cast. But you'll have to pick the spells at the beginning of the day. So like
So
today you should
hypothetically,
have...
right now, I could cast a spell, and then after I go to sleep, I could have that spell available again.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Okay.
I speak in Orcish to the orcs. And I tell them that call them ninnies.
What?
She called you ninnies. A
What's ninny?
orcish insult against you. Said she don't want you here anymore.
The orcs all look at the woman. And
Racist
as a...
lady.
Tavern lady, do you happen to speak orc?
Of course I do, she says. The 8 orcs walk up to her, and one of them says low under his breath, "Old man say you called me ninny." And the woman goes, No, of course not. He called you a ninny. He said he wanted to buy out all of your rooms and pay me more money to kick you out of the tavern. And the orcs look back to the old man,
I ask
and they make an
Pepe,
insight check. or some sort of wisdom check. 16 on the die. They can tell who's been lying to them. And collectively, the
Should we do
orcs
something?
walk back
Wait, I don't
towards
get-
the old man.
I don't get a deception check against them or anything.
Well, they
You're just-
believe her, is what I'm saying. You can give
Well,
me
can
some
I-
sort of charisma check to see if you can convince them to believe you.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
like to
give me a charisma
rephrase
check.
the lie.
Yeah, all right, good. They're
is it 21
stalking
to
over
beat, or do
towards
I
you.
just have to beat a 17?
No, they rolled a 16 on the die plus their 10 wisdom, so they rolled a 26. So you'd need to beat like a 26 on a charisma check.
I think it's possible.
Oof.
So what's your
I have-
counter lie?
I take a few steps backwards while this is happening.
Pepe is in the corner of the room, sitting down, concentrating for a second.
Yeah, I'll say she's lying. Oh, you wouldn't.
Okay.
I'm an old wizard. I'm not racist.
Pepe offers his wizard hat to one of the orcs as a token of our truthfulness, and says, "Here, put on this hat." And one of the orcs, well, do they? Yeah, I offer my hat.
You offer your hat, which is maybe a reasonable way to de-escalate the situation. You know, and if
Yeah.
we were reasonable people, de-escalation could be a thing. But, you know, orcs
Well, I just
are like...
give the hat. Just here, take it for free.
Hey, you trying to bribe them?
No, I'm just offering it. Just say, here, I don't want this. Here you go. You can have it.
So you're giving them your trap?
The
I'm
orc
giving them my
doesn't
wizard
really
hat.
take the hat. He's a little distracted by this old man right now. And you see the orcs begin to draw weapons.
All
And
right,
at
I
this
just-
point, combat
I
might
will
show up,
shout
combat
out.
might not show up, but we should roll initiative because the orcs are beginning to draw weapons, and we need to know exactly the order that everything goes down in. So,
Just a
I'm going
question.
to ask...
Hold on. Does phantasmal force also create voice, or not?
You can read the description of the spell. It should tell you.
It doesn't mention it. That's why I'm
If
asking.
it doesn't
Pretty
mention
sure
it,
does.
I think it does. The illusion is visual and affects all believing creatures. It does not create sound, smell, or temperature.
Damn. Okay.
Can we get everybody to roll us initiative? For
Oh,
those of you
they're
that
the
are new to second
token.
edition, it is going to be a 1d10. Just roll a 1d10, and
Oh.
we will add you into the initiative order. Don't worry about the other things.
All right,
Got a Rob, Mooten,
it's rolling.
a Origin, a Dan, Marc, James, and we got Orcs. Okay. So Rob goes at
Chat's not seeing the
8,
rolls.
6, 10, 5, 6, 4. Yeah, chat's not on a window that can see the rolls right now. But we'll get them there eventually.
Eventually, yeah. All good.
Marc rolls a 6, right? Okay. And our orcs.
If we're throwing in weapon speeds, I'm not using a weapon.
Right,
Well,
we're
we're
not going to
not
bother with
just-
weapon speeds right now. It's just, there's too many people. It would be too complicated. And we don't actually know what everyone's doing. So our orcs are going to go in 3 different groups of 2, just for simplicity's sake. And they will get a 1, a 2, and a 5 on their initiative. Orc 1, 2, Orc 3. So 1, 2, 5. Uh-oh. So the 2 groups of orcs, which is 4 orcs, will be... There's 8 of them. Then we need one more group of orc. Orc 4, which goes at 9 near the end. So 4 of the orcs are going to be the first ones to act here. Let's get our combat music started, because the orcs will open with something a little bit more aggressive. First one walks up to the wise old man who tried to lie to them, and they feel like they caught him in a lie. And then his counter lie was just, she's lying! And the orcs don't take to it. Yeah, I was being sarcastic. It was just a joke. I'm trying to troll.
I wanted to
Prank, bro.
throw something
Prank.
together.
Mm-hmm.
I thought antagonizing a group of orcs was a good idea.
Mm-hmm. The first orc
We love
comes
you,
over, and he tries to pick up the old man. So he's going to make an attack roll against what's your AC, old man?
It is 10.
10? Yeah, it
Oh.
is. The orc grabs you in his arms. How much do you weigh, old man?
160, it says.
Oh, okay. He'll have to make a strength check to lift you, because I sure assume you're struggling and not just letting him lift you.
True.
And he will botch his strength check. So he grabs you by the hips and tries to lift you, but between your struggles and the furniture in the room, it's having a hard time. The bartender starts calling over, saying, hey, stop the violence! Stop the violence! The second orc turns back to her and starts walking in her direction as a suppression technique. Orcs 3 and 4 begin to surround the old man. So now there's like 3 of them standing in a triangle as the first person starts to like try and lift him up and toss him about.
I've seen this before.
Wow, all the orcs? No, we have too many. Here we go. Groups. Dan, we'll just have you go before them. We'll split this initiative up a little bit. Your turn, Dan.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there a monster that hates orcs more than they hate humans?
Dwarves.
Dwarves, elves.
What's the most dangerous of these?
It's dangerous.
I mean,
Some giants play with orcs.
I mean, like,
Sometimes.
I don't. So there's not going to be like this thing is super dangerous and has like they're defined by their hatred for orcs. Orcs tend to make a
Okay.
lot of enemies all over the place. So what are you looking for?
So here's my thought. Pepe has placed wizard hat on table in front of one of orcs that refused hats. Pepe is thinking perhaps I conjure enemy to dwarves in middle of room and then blame wizard dwarf for casting this enemy and bringing him in here, making the new creature that Pepe has been concentrating, thinking about for a long time come into the room. And then this new creature.
Which spell are you using to summon a creature?
Simple summoning.
Okay, simple. So I just want to take a look at this. Spellcaster can summon any monster with hit dice equal to or less than that of the caster. The creature summoned is in no way bound to the caster and will likely be frightened, angry, confused, or all being plucked from wherever they were. So you can summon like a first level, like a regular dwarf, or like a regular 0th level elf, something like that. One of those two would be your best chance.
Is that particularly helpful in this situation?
Well, yeah, there's already an orc and an elf in the room. I mean, there's already a dwarf and an elf in the room.
I
Essentially-
might have something. I mean, I don't know if you want to let me try first.
Well, we've got initiative order, so
It'll you can summon an elf or a dwarf. I don't know if
You
it's
know,
going to be
I-
helpful.
you know,
It's going to be based on how well you can play that out.
I think you should
Okay,
do
hold
it.
on.
I
Hold
definitely
on, hold on.
think
One
you
of-
should do it.
Actually, better thought.
A dwarf. Dwarves
The
have
problem
better
in this
attacks, too.
the problem in this situation, Pepe realized, not orcs. Problem is bitch hostess of building. How strong is this
Probably
lady?
a wise old man.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah, that's what was old.
I think we should
No,
kill
no.
the tavern keeper.
Yes, this is what Pepe is thinking also. To de-escalate situation, common enemy is best. So,
Aye.
Pepe von Silva launch magic missile, not at dwarfs. They say, hey, dwarfs, speaking in dwarf. Problem is not us. Problem is bitch at the hostess. And then Pepe launches magic missiles at the hostess.
Okay, so let's take a look at your version of Magic Missile, which is our Conjuration version of Magic Missile. You create up to 4 arrows that fly towards the targets, which must be clearly identifiable, what the targets are. The caster must make an attack roll to hit the targets as if she were a rogue of equal level. Due to the magical nature, you only need to hit the non-armored AC. Usual combat adjustments apply. Back attack held, but not environmental effects. Caster is not actually firing or throwing. So strength and dex don't change it. Okay, you can get 4 magic missiles and throw them all at the caster. All 4. I'm not at the caster. At the
How strong is the hostess?
Well, we don't know.
probably
Assume she's
just
level-
0 with level character. She's probably got 1 to 8 HP, but you never know. Maybe she's like secretly a 5th level fighter. There's just no way to know by looking at her.
Toss it down.
Pepe
Dan.
feels slightly reluctant, but okay. How do I do this?
Well, you're gonna make me.
reluctant to try to murder somebody.
Yeah, if you're murdering someone.
Pepe did not start this, okay? Old man picked up by violent dwarf. Dwarf
Yeah,
know
that's
nothing but, or not
Then
dwarf,
shoot the orcs then.
Not violent orc. Disgusting
point
creature that know nothing but killing.
Is this
Pepe
how
did
you-
not start this. Pepe was chilling, okay?
Is this how you de-escalate?
Where it's like he could attack the enemy, he could attack Moodin and save us, or he could attack the random townskeeper person.
Attack the townskeeper.
I love
This
it. I
is-
encourage this.
This is
All right.
1,000 IQ. We need to have common enemy with
All right.
with the orc.
We've got a common enemy, all right.
Roll me 4 d20s. Each of these is a separate attack roll against the woman standing behind the bar. The bar will give her a little bit of cover. So you're going to need like a 12 to hit her, and you get 4 opportunities.
What is it? Roll what now?
4d20.
4d20. You need a 12 or better to hit her. You will hit her with 2 of the magic missiles. So roll me. I guess you probably have small little bits of iron bars. You can roll me 2d6 for damage on the innkeeper. 2 magic missiles strike the innocent woman who's just trying to make ends meet in this difficult place out in the woods. You know, the
That's
previous
capitalism.
tavern they had was burned down. They've just rebuilt it. There's a brand new reopening. They brought in some orcs showed up to show like interspecies peace. This was going to be a place where she could raise her kids and her family. And Lucas, why don't you roll me a 1d8 for how much HP this poor woman has?
I want low. Yes.
And she dies.
An
An arrow goes through her neck, and
What
another
the-
arrow goes through her
Pepe-
chest.
Pepe is
the
saying
whole
about
bar is stunned.
Pepe
Everybody's
speaks orc.
staring at you.
Yeah, Pepe
everyone.
speaks orc, and he's saying, "Listen, orcs, I spent much time with you. Okay, this woman, she was going to kill you tonight. Okay, she asked us to bring paint because she was going to paint your bodies and hang you as big attraction. We are on your side, not
We've been
enemies.
here
so
longer
we were
than
not.
you. We saw you
Listen,
just
I'm
walked
telling
in.
you. Yes, I know because we were called
You're
to
with
kill you.
him.
We are
You're
like
with the
hitmen.
liar.
It's not
Who
true.
is this man speaking?
The next group of orcs takes their turn. The 2 of them walk over to Dan. The
This
first
is-
orc
wait.
pulls out a hammer.
Wait, shit.
Bye-bye.
He swings it at you.
Done real good here.
I took.
He rolls a 2.
I took someone with me.
He rolls a 2. The hammer comes down next to you, smashes the table, breaking it into splinters. The second orc goes to just slam your head into a wall with a natural 20 on the die roll. Holy shit. You will take 3 plus 4. You'll take 7 damage as your head collides with the wall, and you slip into unconsciousness. I think you're at -4. You have 3 HP? 2 HP. Okay, you're at -5. It means you have
This is
5 rounds
goddamn
before you
shame.
bleed to death. Next party member, James.
What do I say? Hey, orcs. Just keep that one dead, and I'll try to stabilize the townsfolk.
What do you do?
I go to the barmaid and use first aid to stabilize them.
Okay. You're proficient in first aid, so no check needed.
Yeah,
Mr.
first
Mutin.
aid. So she's safe.
I'm going to be casting. I mean,
And
it's
I'll
going to
move-
be no.
I moved 20 feet away from him.
You're casting the Hall's Reckless Dreamer?
Yeah, but it's going to be Hornug's guess because I have to cast like a real spell
Right.
against.
So roll me D100. You're level 2? Level 1? Level
I'm
1?
level 2.
Level 2. Roll me a
1d100
D100 plus
plus
2. Yes, sir.
93.
Ooh. The
Target turns ethereal for 2d4 rounds.
So you were trying to guess the number of orcs, right?
I guess, yeah.
All right. The orcs vanish.
Let's leg it, guys. Let's get the fuck out.
4
Marc?
rounds unless you want to roll it.
Yeah, I'll roll it in secret.
That's fine.
Mark, it's your turn.
It's
The
my turn.
Get outta
barmaid
here.
is
Okay, so
dead
all
or
the orcs just
dying.
disappeared, right?
Yeah.
The
right.
8 orcs disappeared. The barmaid is dead or dying. The
Stabilized
the
them.
Yeah, and Dan's unconscious on the ground, right? Dying.
bleeding to death slowly.
Wait, we
yes.
stabilized the
So
barmaid.
I quickly
I did.
stabilize. So I quickly run over to stabilize Dan, and I quickly check his pockets for money while stabilizing him, and yeah, I attempt to stabilize him after grabbing
All
any
right.
gold that I find.
Unless you're trained in
10
healing
gold.
or
Yes, thank you.
Or first aid, I'll need you to make me an intelligence check.
Okay, I have none of those skills at all. I just
Uh,
wanted the money.
Can I use my
Um,
movement as well?
Yeah, you could do some movement.
One at a time.
On your turn, though.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
it
but
was still my
he
turn.
just sort of had his turn. Yeah, we're all kind of going out of order
You
here.
can go back. You go back.
Yeah, sorry. I would like to run outside and get on the horse if I can.
Which horse?
You can hop on the horse.
Newton?
Yeah, I would like to hop on the one that we bought.
Yeah. You hop on
Good
Lord
use of
Wilmore's
we.
horse.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's Jenny. Jenny. is the name.
Yeah.
Jenny. And then if you want an animal horse riding check, I got them.
Ooh.
Do you make her run?
I would
Is that
like
what
to.
you're doing? Where you,
Yes.
where you going?
I just want to go a little bit away from the orcs.
Okay. So you accidentally turn all the orcs ethereal. You steal
Well,
Lord
on
Wilmore's
purpose.
horse and you
Accidentally.
run out. Okay, Mark, give me an int check to stabilize Dan.
All right.
You
It
need
is a
21
roll.
or better.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's a good roll, but it's a roll.
Ooh.
Ooh.
He has a serious skull fracture, and he's gonna need a little bit more assistance than you can provide. Rob.
Cool. So with the rest of my movement, I get the fuck out of the inn.
Sure.
Yeah.
You just leave him there. You're like, this is beyond me.
I
Fuck it."
tried.
Oh my God, Rob, what do you do?
You know, I was just going to ask who wanted to enjoy a thrilling story about Borscht the Dragon Slayer and his sidekick, the not as dashing as Borscht, Desmond, while enjoying drinks on me. But no, sure, assaulting this person was the best course of action.
Exactly.
Roll my head and I just
Same.
walk out.
You walk out as well? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't even
Uh,
try to help him. Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
No, after that.
No, I'm not going to hurt that person. He's a murderer.
I tried.
Orcs 7 and 8. Nope, they're ethereal. Never mind. Origin, it's your turn.
Right. I go and pick up Pepe, and I get him to our cart. I put him down on our cart, and
Sure.
and I what do you say? Like, I get the cart going. I try to get it as fast as possible.
Sure. You put him in the cart. You hop in the cart. You can see
Yeah.
Wiz Old Man has already taken your horse and is fucked off.
Yep.
In which direction, by the way?
Well, not too
Oh,
far. I'm just
can
like
I-
trying to like get away from the tavern if I need to
Sure,
run.
but he
to,
doesn't
like,
know
yeah.
your intent. He just
For
sees you
sure.
on the
Yeah,
horse,
he sees
like,
me going.
going.
Yeah. All right. So I tried to gallop the horse, and then I tried to stabilize Pepe. If I assume it's a carrot, so I can hop back because I have horseback proficiency.
Right, so you can stabilize him next round. He'll bleed to -6 this round. Give me an intelligence check to stabilize Pepe.
Just roll well.
Or 1 point of magical healing will do as well. Oh yeah, you can totally stabilize him. You just gotta like take the bits of skull that have fallen out and just like put them back in. It's like a puzzle piece, and then hold it there, and he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
There you go.
Fine.
Perfect.
Yeah. Put some mud in
And
there first.
I assume the carriage is running, right?
Yeah, the carriage is
Going.
going. The oxen are
Yeah.
happy to move on.
Okay.
It's at this point, as the whole party is fleeing the scene, that you can hear the cries of the little girl who was making the fire in there, seeing her mother bleeding on the floor, and then the cries of the father outside as he comes in and goes, "Oh my God! I forgot
fine.
your name!" He cries out to his wife as the party leaves the scene of carnage. Why don't we take our second break right here? When we come back, the party will continue to Kerstwick.
I've never
And
been a murder
maybe-
hobo. This is great.
Maybe 8 ethereal orcs will be
Wouldn't
chasing
murder
you,
anybody.
or-
Everybody's fine.
What? Wait, what do you mean?
I stabilized her.
She got
See you guys on the other
stabilized.
side of the break. Bye-bye.